Today I am right across the river from Lower Manhattan at the Central Railroad of New Jersey terminal. So before the rise of gas and oil and the use of cars, it was all largely dependent upon the use of coal and trains and railroads as far as shipping anything or traveling. So these words kind of hit hard a little bit. Empty Sky, New Jersey, September 11th Memorial. On the morning of September 11th, 2001, with the sky so clear that the twin towers across the river appeared to be within reach, the very essence of what our country stands for, freedom, tolerance, and the pursuit of happiness, was attacked. This memorial is dedicated to New Jersey's innocent loved ones who were violently and senselessly murdered that day at the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. And they have all the names of people who are from New Jersey who were killed that day. So this is crazy symbolism. Down these two walls that have all the names on them. That little view in New York City that you see at the end is where the Twin Towers would have stood. Right there in that view. Phew. The Central Railroad of New Jersey was christened in 1849, and in 1860 knew it needed a waterfront location and began one here in Jersey City. It was built on top of a landfill that was used heavily by New York City. So what you're looking at here is actually the slipways that were used by the ferries to and from anywhere in Lower Manhattan, as well as Ellis Island, to bring new Americans to this train station so they can buy tickets to get to wherever it is they're going within the United States. Now, word has it that over these ferry slipways was actually a structure, a whole roof that would have enclosed the entire ferry slipway area from rain or snow or any elements such as wind. It's very hard to picture that, though. Very hard to envision this place completely inside a structure, but pretty neat. So if you watched any of my Ellis Island episodes, you see a lot of luggage that was left behind throughout the years. And this is the same thing here at this train station on the other side of the river from Ellis Island is more luggage. In the early morning hours on a Sunday, July 30th, 1916, there was a massive explosion not too far from where we are right now. 2 million tons of war materials that were packed into train cars had blown up in what was known at the time as Black Tom Railroad Yard. But due to this explosion, thousands of windows shattered in Lower Manhattan, in Jersey City. Shrapnel pockmarked the Statue of Liberty from this act of sabotage. Now, who were the people responsible for this massive explosion? It was actually German intelligence agents were sent to New York. They had headquarters here in New York City, and their job was to prevent American munition shippers from supplying its English enemy during the First World War. One of the direct outcomes of this train explosion was Congress immediately passed the Espionage Act. These were some of the artifacts that were found right here on the grounds from that train explosion. So emergency drinking water out of a can, I'm sure in desperate enough times that's pretty tasty. Looks like we got a pair of scissors that were found in the open position, for some weird reason kept that way. This is cool. So this is a detonator cap and a time and percussion fuse. brass artillery shell casing, which was found here. Look at the size of that. That's crazy. Photo. Look at just the absolute carnage of this explosion. You can see the Statue of Liberty in the background of that picture there. So this here was a replica of the relatively famous train called the Blue Comet. And for Blue Comet service, the train consisted of different types of cars, such as the baggage car, smoking, observation, dining, and coach cars. So this here is engineer John V. Waite and the conductor Joseph T. Ross that posed for a picture in front of Blue Comet G3, Pacific number 831 locomotive engine. This is from 1929. So passengers would, if they were coming in through the ferry, would come in on the ferry via the ferry slipways, and then either walk inside this main building where the museum is now and where they could buy train tickets to wherever it is they needed to go, or if they already had tickets, they would come down this little alleyway on both sides. There are two alleyways, one on each side of the building, to where you could be. This is the platforms where all the trains would be coming in. Now this structure here is the Bush train shed, which is what is still standing here today, which is what you see. It was the largest one ever built, and it housed 20 separate train tracks. Okay, so this says the Hutchinson train indicators and curtain signs depict the period from 1938 to 1941 when the largest number of named trains operated here, including the Blue Comet, which offered high-quality dining and express service from Jersey City to Atlantic City. Listen to these numbers. There were 3.1 miles of track under this train shed. So this is a very small fraction to this place's full size, which had to have been enormous, as well as over 100 miles of track in Liberty State Park. That's an incredible number. I mean, this place had to have been absolutely massive. By 1889, the original terminal consisted of 3 floors, which joined 12 railroad tracks on 6 platforms. And it included a service and repair facilities for trains, and even including a thawing shed for the use in the wintertime. Look at that, a window inside a window. So this is pretty cool. On track 12, special train, 12 noon, Monmouth Park, race train. That's pretty sweet. Now, what exactly led to the demise of this train industry? It was a continuance of a better and improved highway system, and with the rise of the use of oil and gas with vehicles, the train industry became obsolete. Now, in April of 1967, the Central Railroad in New Jersey filed for bankruptcy, and this terminal was officially closed. So this is another cool place anyone should check out if you fancy this type of history. Please smash that subscribe button and give the episode a like, and I'll see you all next week at the same time, same day, same channel. Alright, Lady Liberty, take it easy. Yikes.